Let's try that again. Had to take a quick break. Malt liquor. They opened up restaurants again in Oregon, so I went out to eat last night, which was nice. Indoor eating, and boy, I needed it. I needed to go out there and be social, meet up with a friend, and have something to eat. I talked like 1,000 miles an hour. And one of the things that came up that is interesting, though I know so little about it, but I know a little bit. Is imagine this. Imagine that I sold my house and made enough money to not spend it all, but probably spend like the vast majority of it on buying like 22 acres of forest land, because there's forest land for sale that isn't buildable. So the price is still really, really high, but the price is lower. So like $200,000 or less. Like I saw one for, it's like 150, and it looked all right. But then I saw another one for like 200 that you could tell had the kinds of trees that would make you a fairly large amount of money if you wanted to sit on it for 5 years or a decade. So it's not buildable, but non-permanent structures. So just imagine this. I can't even, like, it makes my brain hurt. Sell everything, sell as much as I humanly can, and buy forest land. Had non-permanent structures, so you could put one of those office trailers on it, and then pull an RV up to that. I would become a limited liability corporation. I would become a lumber company, essentially. But I would. Here's what I know about selling lumber on land. You get an agent that then works with lumber companies that then does the work on the land, and the agent has an interest that your land be logged carefully and not overlogged. Like, what sometimes happens is the loggers go in there and they want to fill loads up. So like, if they've already taken as much wood as they've already purchased, but they've got a couple more days on the job or whatever, they're just going to keep logging. And if you don't catch them, you don't catch them. So basically live our RV life. And RVs are really nice. And like, I was like, people live on boats, and like the hardship of that, like living in an RV, kind of similar in a confined lifestyle. But like, also, I was able to find 2 properties like a distance from Portland, but not too far. So I'd probably have to work part-time just because of the commute itself would just be a goddamn nightmare. But if the land was paid off, then I don't have a mortgage. I just pay taxes. Then maybe I don't need a whole lot of money. And maybe the 5 years or 10 years from now, having that logged will be a significant amount of money to start thinking about early retirement. Who knows? I did some research on this a long time ago. You just have to have all the money. Back when I did the research, banks wouldn't even do like a $10,000 loan on some desert land. So the price for land went really low. But, you had to have $10,000 on you. Now the prices are going back up. So now you have to have $150,000, $200,000 of cash on you. So, yeah, if I got a good deal on my house and sold everything, then I would have that. It seems just incredible to think about that. But it sounds difficult. I've gotten real happy with walking down to the corner store, and real happy with like a short commute to work. I could, all the things I could walk to are incredible. But I guess that's part of the thing about like with COVID now. It's like all the things about living in a city have like the benefits mostly vanished, and then negatives have increased. And I don't know, like, who knows? In my mind, there's also like a nebulous second thing that I could be doing, like a something that I could create, build, or whatever that could be sold online. I don't know. I just don't know. But like if I was selling lumber, selling something else, I was thinking back to times when I've been like really happy with the way things were, and there's been a few, and one of the factors tends to be like life was pretty simple, and I mean, who doesn't get overwhelmed by the huge amount of things life is constantly seems to be throwing at you? Like, I don't know. Sounds like that is life, except for I've lived life that's different. Like, there's been times in my life where like I had very little, and thus I don't know, like maybe I was more focused on what you could get out of life with very little. And then when you have a lot, I guess you also have a lot of responsibility, and things need to be taken care of, and things need to be done just right. And if you let some things go, the amount of work it takes to, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just cleaning out the garage and stuff like that, and cleaning out the attic, and then also like trying to clean out my sheds, just the amount of trash of things that I'm producing, like things that break as time goes on. It adds up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It adds up. The other thing that I thought about, and this is like I keep coming back to that, is I could also just try to devote as much of my time, energy, and income into paying off the house as fast as possible. That's just not going to be fast. But then I would be in this house that I've been in, for 15 years. Like pay off the house, and then I'm feeling like getting ready for retirement, and then I'm not living out in the woods in an RV. Like having worked part-time all that time. I'm in the city. This house would be worth a lot of money. I wouldn't have a mortgage every month, but I'd have the awesomeness of a house. And if I wanted to work full time, then I could put in a hot tub, sauna, whatever, swimming pool, whatever. Who knows? It's like I want to have goals. I want things to be better. But like sometimes like I almost think like what's better is like trying to like maximize what you already have. And like, so I already have a house. It's in a good location. Its value has gone way up. It's close to my work, but it's close to work. If I need, if I want to get a different job, or if I want a retirement job and work part time, and I want to work somewhere else, or I want to build. Let's say I want to build little windmill garden structures. So I'm right by a lumber yard, and I come back here and I make little things for your yard made out of wood. I put a couple out my front yard, put a for sale sign on it, like put a thing on whatever, and people could just swing by and like, oh, I want to buy one of your windmills. I'm like, oh, go ahead and take it. It's $50, or whatever. I don't know how much those things cost. Probably is $50, isn't it? It seems insane. That might be one of the things, when I finally turn this into a woodworking shop, that might be one of the things I try, is make goofy little things for people to put in their yard. It's like, because they're simple, and it would be good practice, and they've been done ad nauseum, so like the plans are all sorted out. All right, I heard the stove beep a little while ago, so I'm going to go eat something, so I'll see you later.